Hello, let's do the New York Times games for Tuesday, October 14th. All right, there's a couple weird words in here. I have no idea what anther is. The only thing I can think of with this is another, and it's missing the O. But I don't see other things like that. Anther. I have no idea what that means. And then llama, isn't the animal spelled with two L's? STEM could be like you're in a STEM field, like science, mathematics. Or it could just mean like to stem the tide, to stop something. You check it, maybe. You absorb it? That doesn't seem quite the same. You curb it? You hold it? Maybe. I don't know. There seems like a few here that could go with that. And I still have, again, no idea what anther is. So that's a problem. Engage and occupy seem to go better than occupy and check and stem. You engage something, you occupy it, I'm not sure now. All right, a brief, an outline, a digest. This is just like a summary of something, maybe a review. So I think that's probably a category. What's easel going with? Wait up. Easel, you could have weasel. You could have panther. You could have llama with two L's. So this is animals missing the first letter. Shark. Did I just figure this out? I'm going to try this as purple. Oh. I mean, anther is so weird. What does that mean on its own? But it was easel that I was looking at, and then I was like, and for some reason, weasel just popped into my head. But what is anther? I need to know what this is now. Anther definition. The part of a stamen that contains the pollen. Stamen? The male fertilizing organ of a flower. Okay, I guess I just don't know my plants that well. Huh. All right. And what's llama with one L? Llama definition. An honorific, oh, like the Dalai Lama. Got it. Okay, I thought it might just have a more regular definition than that, but it's basically just the Dalai Lama. An honorific title applied to the spiritual leader in Tibetan Buddhism. So we still have, what was it? It was brief, review, digest, and outline. That was one category. That feels kind of yellowy to me, maybe green. And then we have stem, curb, staunch, check, like you check something as to stop it, kind of. You hold it. You staunch the flow. Is that a thing? Staunch the flow. That sounds kind of familiar. I'm not sure which one though. And then engage would go with occupy and absorb. And hold, maybe? I'm not sure which of these is yellow because these are all like synonym categories. These all feel very similar. I'm going to go engage, occupy, absorb, and hold, I think. No, that's yellow? I would have sworn that the brief, outline, digest, and review one would have been yellow. Is this going to be blue then? I have no idea. All right, that's green. All right, it's the second day in a row that I have no idea what blue, green, and yellow are doing. But I got purple first, so whatever. All right. I still want to get this back up to 92%. I can't believe I lost 2 games that quickly last week. All right, let's see what difficulty they gave it. This was definitely tougher than yesterday's. 2.8, so they thought it was a little bit less difficult than yesterday, but they were way off with their 3.3. I think this one's going to be closer to their actual difficulty because it seemed a little difficult. Okay, let's check the bot. Ooh, I didn't think it was going to be this difficult though. 5 out of 5, 47% solve rate. Wow. I thought it might be like 60. Maybe 3 or 4 difficulty, but not 5 out of 5. 1 in 237, 97 skill. So blue is the most on first. Interestingly, yellow is dead last. That's really interesting. I feel like llama kind of maybe gives this one away if you know it's spelled with 2 L's. But yeah, I wasn't expecting a quarter of people to get purple first either. Alright, let's check ever. Oh wow, this is all very close. 58%, so green is the one that most people are getting. Well, I wouldn't say most. Well, it is most because it's over 50%, but like the highest, but it's still not very high. It's only 58%, and then 56, 55, and 51. So interestingly, purple is, or not purple, blue is the one that the highest for first, but it's the lowest overall. I guess that means if you get blue, you're probably going to be much more likely to win. So I'm thinking the biggest losing category is nothing. Yeah, 29% just getting nothing. And then you basically have one of each. You have 5% getting green and nothing, 5% getting purple and nothing, 3% getting yellow and nothing, and 3% getting blue and nothing. I don't know if I've seen one like that before. All right, let's check the mistakes. Hold, that makes sense. With check, stem, and curb, you hold something back. I think I thought of that one, and that's why I kind of moved on from that category for a little bit, before I finally saw purple anyway. You check something to review it, brief outline. That one doesn't feel quite as right to me. I can see leaving digest out of the green one though, because that is the one that isn't used that way nearly as much as the other ones. I mean, how often do you use digest to mean a summary? You usually mean it to digest food. A lot of green and yellow up here. Yeah, green, yellow, green, yellow. Interestingly, that purple isn't really involved in any of the mistakes till you get down here. I think, yeah, purple just doesn't have any words that fit with the other categories. Like, you can find stuff that fits between these other categories. In purple, the 4 words are just kind of out there. They kind of stand apart. So even if you don't know what purple is, you might put it together just as the 4 that don't make any sense with anything else. Is this supposed to be a rainbow herring that they built in? I don't know what those would be. Stem, hark, hold, curb? I'm not sure what they were going for, if this was a built-in thing. Alright, well that was kind of an interesting puzzle just because of how much overlap there seems to be between the 3 categories besides purple. Plus they were all very similar in terms of what being synonym categories, you know. So it's hard to do a reverse rainbow on this one, just like yesterday. But we got purple first, so that's all that matters. Well, actually, winning is all that matters. Purple first is just a bonus. All right, onto the mini. Oh, they have circles in here. I wonder what that means. Okay, smokes informally. Don't know. Don't have Bart Simpson catchphrase. Don't have, man. Don't have a cow. What the vehicle in lane 1 of this crossword is winning? I have no idea. Pit of Hollywood. Brad? Yeah, whatever. Okay. Road crossers. I'm not sure. Things to load before a marathon. Carbs. So okay is wrong. This is probably sure. All right. Mythical figure who inspired the idiom fly too close to the sun. Icarus. Zoomer around a small track. Zoomer around a small track. I don't know. Neighbors of Norwegian. Swedes. Okay. Smokes informally. Cigs. Oh, I thought it meant the verb smokes. What the vehicle in lane 1 of this crossword is winning. Lane 1? A race, I guess? I don't. Road crossers. Streets. All right, with this one, smokes informally, I was thinking of like smokes as a verb, so not smokes as a noun. All right, so what are the circles? Car, car, car. Okay. And then what the vehicle in lane 1 of this crossword is winning. Okay, so this, I guess, is supposed to be lane 1 and it's ahead of the other 2, so it's winning the race. All right, I never would have got that. I only got it because I think I had 3 of the letters and race was the only thing that made sense. Go-kart, zoomer around a small track, go-kart. Did I get everything else? Streets, road crossers, okay, I get it. Sure, Brad. Yeah, I think I got everything else. All right, that one was kind of tricky. I'm surprised I remembered Icarus so quickly. So there was some things that I got pretty fast. It took me a few seconds to think of don't have a cow, man, because I was trying to think of a singular word. Again, it's the double words, the two words that always get me. All right, on to pips. Okay, we have 4 equals in here, which is going to be the 3s. This one's probably going like this. This is probably going down here. We could put 6, 5 over here. Greater than 3 is going to have to be this one, and then this 3, 2 goes like this. 14 seconds, nice. All right, on to medium. All right, we need 3 equals in here. What do we have 3 of? We have 3 5s, it looks like, and only 2 3s, so this has to be the 5s. We have 9 over here, 5, so the zeros aren't doing much, so I'm just going to put 0, 5 like this. And we can't do 5, 4 up here. We're going to have to do 3, 6. No, we can't do 3, 6. This has to be 5, 4, so... Oh, we have 3 zeros. So actually, maybe this one goes like this. Like this. Then we could do 4, 5. That doesn't make sense. Because we need the zeros for in here. And we only have... We'd have to put a 0 here, but we need the 2 zeros over here. So how are we doing this? I'm a little lost. So this has to be greater than 3 going into a 9. So this makes it seem like 5, 4. Then we could put 5, 0 here. And then... Oh, okay, I think I know how we're doing this. We're doing this. And then this, and then 5, this 5, 2 goes up here, and then the 3, 1 goes here like this. All right, that wasn't very good. I thought we only had 3 5s, and I didn't see that we had 3 zeros right at the beginning, so that threw me off. And then putting the 0, 5 here made this not work up here, and it just threw me off a little bit. So yeah, not my best medium. Okay, on to hard. Oh, this is a big one. Let's see, we have less than 2 and a 0, so this has to be 1, 0 or 0, 0. How many zeros do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. It only looks like 4, so we're going to have to go 1, 0 here. And then probably 2, 0 here. Okay. And then this is going to have to be... Well, we don't have to necessarily have the 0 go up here. Actually, we do, because this would have to be 0, 0 otherwise. So this one's going up. This one could still go horizontally. Okay. This has to be 3 6s, so this 6, 6 has to go here no matter what. And we still have a lot of 6s out there. We're going to need 2 of them here, so we still need... How many 6s do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 still. So 3 of them are going to have to go in these 3 spots, and then one of them is probably going to have to go in one of these 10 cages with a 4, probably. All right. This is probably going to have to be a 1, 1 here, and then we're going to have probably the 1, 2 maybe, like this. And then the 1, 5 can go here like this. And then we'll have to have another 5 here. We have a 5, 2, we have a 5, 4. Don't know which one's going where yet. This 6, 5 is probably going here like this. Be my guess. Which means we could go 6, 4 like this. Does that work? Yeah, because this one's going to have to go up, so this one has to be... Yeah, this one could still go vertically here, theoretically. But I'm going to try that. And we could go 6, 2 up like this, so that works. Do we have an equals one? We don't, so this one actually is not going here like this. Do we have another 4? We do have another 4. So we could do this, and then go 6, 3 down like this. That works. And then this 6, 4 could go over here. No, it can't. Well, maybe it could go like this. It's possible. Or up like this, and then we could put the 0, 4 here to make this 10. The other 0 would just have to be 0, 3. Just shove this over here. This has to equal 6, so we can only put 4 more in here. So we need to do the 2, 5, 2, 4, and then 5, 4. I think that works. What doesn't work? What did I get wrong? Oh, this equals 8. That doesn't work. Oh, yeah, that doesn't work at all. How are we getting to 6 in there? Uh-oh. I don't know if this 6, 4 works. Maybe the 6, 2 goes over here? Instead of the 6, 4? We could go 0, 4 like this. How are we still getting to 6 in here? We'd need 3, 2, so we'd have to do this. And then this. And then... No, this doesn't work because this isn't 6 now. Maybe... Oh, I think I know. We do 6, 3, and then we can go 4, 3 down, and then 6, 4 up. Okay, so that one was a bit tricky. I thought I had it there. For some reason I put 4 in here, and I was like, oh, 4 plus 2, but then I put 2 2s in here, and it ended up being 8, so that was a bit of a problem. But a lot of these were forced, like this 6, 6 is forced, this 1, 1 is forced, because all the zeros have to go over here, so this just had to be 4 1s. And then these 2, 0 with the 1 and the 2 are also forced. It was just figuring out how to put these other 2 zeros in here. Yeah, it was a bit tricky, but I mean, what was my time? 3:59. It's not great, not a great time, but it was kind of a big puzzle too. So it wasn't like a disaster or anything. All right, well, if you're enjoying the videos, please leave a like and subscribe and let me know how you did on all the puzzles today.